Hey, how are you? I pray that this video finds you so well and so filled with the love and the beautiful light of the One Most High. My name is Aisha, and if this is your first time joining me here today, thank you so much for taking the time out to view this video. If you've been here and you're coming from another one of my videos, thank you for coming back. That really means a lot. Oh my goodness. So, with that, in this video, I will be going over musculoskeletal alignment and its effect on spiritual alignment. Now, this for me, I'll be speaking from experience. I've had some issues in the past and even kind of currently where I have been trying to, get spiritually aligned, and I would be, get myself aligned spiritually, and then I would have like some regression. And it wasn't until this past week or so that for the second time I had seriously injured my back, my lower back. Okay. So when we talk about the chakras, right, and they are energetic centers that are along our spine, these energetic centers are scientifically where there are a lot of nerve endings that are found uh, along the chakras. So there's 7 chakras along the spine. There are much more that extend out into the limbs, but the 7 main chakras, from the root chakra located at the bottom of the spine on the coccyx, then you have the sacral chakra that is located just above that in the pelvic area, then you have the solar plexus chakra that is located in the abdomen, along the spine there. Then you have the heart chakra that's located in the chest area, on the spine there. Then you have the throat. You have the throat chakra located in the throat area on the spine there. And then you have your third eye, and your third eye and your crown they are along the spine, but the third eye is actually the pineal gland. And then you have your crown chakra, which is located at the top of the head, and it really encompasses the entire nervous system. Okay, so there is a complete link between your chakras and your nervous system. Okay, um, but a lot of times when we look to, or me personally, when I was looking to align my chakras, I was successful to a certain point. Um, but then I had some musculoskeletal imbalances. And what does that mean? So essentially, my hips were a little uneven, and that just kind of caused problems all the way up because, I mean, that's the base of the spine. And so if you have some unevenness in the bottom or your foundation, then it works its way up. So I had hurt my back, my lower back, and I was just in all this pain. And I'm just like, oh my goodness. Oh, and I think I might be able to share some pictures, but it got to the point where like my hips, like when I was standing, you could see that it was like this, and I was standing straight, and that was excruciating. And essentially, what had happened was that the muscles around my pelvis, and even like my gluteus and my lower abdomen were so tight from because I had sustained an injury. It was like an impact injury. So it wasn't like I was just laying there and all of a sudden it tightened. It was like, no, I did something. I lifted wrong. And that was my higher self telling me, like, there's an imbalance here. And the only way to get you to see that there's a major imbalance is by you getting injured. And so I did some energy work on myself, and because I had like sciatic pain that was associated with that. And the first time it happened and I did the energy healing, it was great. I was successful. But the second time I was like, well, the energy healing was not necessarily like a band-aid, but it really was kind of, not, it wasn't really getting to the root of the problem, which was that I had some musculoskeletal imbalances. And so I'm really adept at, listening to my inner self and, trying to figure out, how do I fix these issues. And so essentially, basically for me, since it was in my hips, and that they weren't even, so I did some stretching. I continued with my yoga. I use um, a yoga practice from this lovely young lady. Shout out to Nico. Her um, series of yoga practices that are geared towards the chakras are amazing. I encourage you to check her out. I try to link a video of her, like her videos, in the description, but they really are geared towards aligning and bringing awareness to certain chakras. Okay. And so I was doing my yoga. That was actually I was doing some her solar plexus yoga routine, because I know that some of my imbalances are from in my solar plexus. But then I did the root chakra as well. And so listening to my higher self, listening to my inner voice or what have you, my intuition, I was like, okay, what else do I need to do? And so along with the yoga, I also ended up needed, because those were stretches. I was stretching in the yoga and the stretches were fine, but I needed to do something more in order to strengthen the muscles that are in my pelvis, and my glutes, so that I could even my hips out and create more balance in my musculoskeletal. And so I started doing squats. And those squats I set up a timer. So every, couple of hours, I would, do a few squats. I would snooze that timer so that it would, every like 5 or 10 minutes or whatever, I would do a certain amount within that hour. And then I'd wait a few hours and I would do more. And that squat regimen did more for me than anything so far that I've been able to do. The reason is because I began to start strengthening the muscles, that impact my spine, and I started to create balance in my musculoskeletal system. And when I started to do that, I noticed an immediate difference in my spiritual alignment. So these past couple of weeks, I've been having like some spiritual funk, so to speak. I don't know how else to say that, but it was like before everything was going great, and then it was just like all of a sudden, like there was just this like some serious imbalance going on. And so when I started doing the squats and drinking my water, still doing my yoga and everything, um, I just noticed a shift, and I'm like, I feel more like myself now. Here I'm doing these videos. Like I've been meaning to do these videos for the longest. Like I've been needing, and by the longest I mean like a month, but that's a pretty long time. I would say that's a pretty long time. but I'm glad, I'm grateful for the experience because it was a learning experience. And so to pass the information on to you, if you feel as though there's some imbalance going on, all the way from your root up into your crown, you could have something going on with your abdomen. Maybe your abs are a little weak and that your solar plexus is off. And so, doing some core workouts, and also doing some stretches, as well as focusing attention on that area, creates some balance. So it's kind of like, fighting it from two different directions. You have the spiritual side where, and by spiritual, really, we won't get into that, but focusing on the chakras, doing some meditative practices geared towards healing the chakras and aligning them, and coming into spiritual alignment that way. But then also on the physical side, because our physical vessels are a part of us, they're an extension of us. And so, taking care of our physical vessels in that way aids some alignment in the spiritual realm. So I hope this video makes sense. I hope it was helpful. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, if anything you'd like to share, I greatly appreciate any and all feedback. This will be the last video of this series, until the next time, if I have any questions posed or what have you. But again, I hope this was helpful, And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Peace.